Strength through will is how we can reverse the perversion of values that have been instilled in you, in me, and all our brethren, insidiously through generations of ancestral oppression. Though it stood with as much superhuman endurance as anyone could, it left a deep impression. Invisible scars that have caused us to devolve into a state of unconsciousness so malignant, we've nearly forgotten we're not a problem to be solved. We always been the solution they seek to dissolve, with the illusion of ties that bind us to a system that blinds, of most vicious design, which is to free no man. Only together, through sharing of wisdom, can we heal the wounds of division, forever sealing that evil incision, and finally deprogram.
Welcome to the Deprogram Show. I'm your host, RMJR. We got a very special guest in the building. My brother, way from South Carolina, man. Y'all know it when y'all see that face. We got the house of common sense, the host, the one, the only, Mr. Bobby Collier. What's going on, my brother?
Hey, man. How's it going?
Man, I can't complain, man.
Hey, man. Good to see you again, man. Thanks for having me on.
Man, it's good to be seen, man. So, man, I got this thing, man. I'm pretty sure you done seen, man. How you feel about these niggas, man? Because niggas been causing a big disturbance in the community.
I'm sick of them, and I am. I'm sick of them. I mean, their behavior. I don't hate them as a people. I just hate the behavior that they have. The behavior they have is awful, man. One around shooting up the neighborhood, man. We just lost a 6-year-old last week, man. You know, that from a drive-by shooting, and that's not the first time that happened. You know, in the South, you never thought this would be happening. I mean, this is country, basically. You know, so it's man.
And you lost a 6-year-old. Where you at?
We lost a 60-year-old dog. Not in the next county over from me, in Orangeburg County. Yeah.
Man, I don't know if
county I was born in. I was born in Orangeburg County.
I don't know if you saw it, but I'm from Chattanooga, Tennessee. You know that. We just had in the downtown area, we had like at first report it was 10 shot. I think now they're saying it was 6 people shot. Like 6 young people shot in the downtown area in Chattanooga, Tennessee. I want to say like 2 days ago, man.
Yeah, man. Yeah, I'm sick of niggas.
What about niggas that really bother you, man? Because I got a laundry list that really upsets me, man.
You got what now?
I said I got a laundry list of things that upset me. What bothers you but when it comes to niggas?
Their behavior, shooting up the neighborhood, robbing and stealing, breaking in people's cars at night. They just, I mean, selling that crack cocaine, and that got so many people messed up. It just steals. They just steal their dreams, their hope, everything they get. They invested in the crack, and a lot of young boys they slinging that stuff. You know, but the worst behavior that they have is with them damn guns.
I mean,
that's better than. I mean,
think about this, man. Think about this. When I speak of niggas, I'm speaking of the nigga mentality. I want people to understand that. And this no matter whether you white, black, Hispanic, or Asian, Chinese, or whatever. The nigga mentality is where you just really most of the time the nigga mentality where you just refuse to think about your actions. You're just going on mere feelings, and it's like it's crazy, man. It's like I kill you to gain your respect, or it's my respect. I'ma die for mine. Like you hear the rapper T.I. T.I. said, man, I don't know what you do for your respect, but I'ma die for mine. That's retarded.
Well, they're losing their lives over BS.
Absolutely.
Right. It's what they died for. It's not even worth it. If you're going to give your life, give it for a worthy cause, not some BS, not over street corners, not over drugs, not over your baby mama, not over that he say, she say stuff. I mean, they're losing their life over BS, you know. I mean, they're not losing their life for a cause, you know. It's just they might think it's a cause, or they might think, well, you know, he ain't gonna punk me, I ain't gonna punk me. Or I ain't scared. I ain't scared of no, you know, so and so and so and so. Well, when them bullets start to fly, a lot of times it don't hit the target because they can't shoot. So they end up killing innocent people that ain't had nothing to do with that mess that they was involved in. You know, I mean, you find out your homeboy done hit your old lady. Now you want to kill your homeboy because, you know, you find out that, you know, he had your old lady. Well, I mean, he did you a favor. He showed you what you had.
Yeah, you had a hole, man. Like, just for lack of a better word, you had a hole. You didn't have a woman. You had a hole, and you couldn't understand that the mere fact of her sleeping with another man just proved that, man. It's really important.
You and the girl break up, but you don't want her to have nobody else. All right. So you find out she's dating somebody else, then you got a problem with that guy.
Let me see something, man. I'm gonna play a clip from Pierre's Panic Room. I think I found the clip where Pierre was interviewing T.I. I'm gonna play this clip, and after the clip, I want to hear your stance on this clip, and this ties in to the nigga mentality. You hear me?
Okay.
All right.
Let's see. I don't know what you'll do for your respect, but I'm a die for mine, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I had enough time in prison just to sit back and just think about shit like that. And it was an old head that told me, you know, because I probably just said it, you know, I'm gonna die for mine. They say, have you heard what you said? You gonna die. And he asked me, he said, okay, so if a person don't respect you, you willing to die for that?
Right.
And he said, that sounds like an easy way to get you out the way. And then he asked me a question that I couldn't forget. He said, what is the value of the respect that comes from a non-respectable person?
I like that.
If nobody respects you, why do I care whether or not you respect me? You know what I mean? I had an opportunity to pontificate.
I got that. Okay, good. We got 4 more words.
I had the opportunity to pontificate, and you know, I just came to the conclusion that ain't none of this shit really worth any of that energy that we put into it. The energy we invest is all that it's worth.
You're right.
So without that energy, it's worth. I had this saying a while ago, and it was.
So what you think about that, man? Did you hear that?
It's crazy. It's crazy, man.
Like when you, and that's what's happening, man. It's like it. Man,
it's crazy.
But like he made perfect sense when he said the old man was like, "Bro, that's an easy way to get you out the way." And that's what's happening. It's like it's like it's like it's a trick, man. Like when you fall for this, man, I'm gonna die about my respect. I'm gonna make everybody respect me. And then guess what's happening? The graveyard is filling up.
Yeah, that graveyard and them bars, okay, they'll give you some respect.
I think I hear you talk about it on your show when you say you graveyard dead.
Graveyard dead over some BS. Yeah. You wasn't no punk. You ain't scared. All right. You want that respect. You gonna make sure somebody respect you, but now you graveyard dead. Hmm?
Man, that's crazy.
Or you sit behind bars, you can be sitting behind bars for the rest of your life.
All for the respect of a non-respectable person. And what I mean, man, it's crazy.
Yeah. And who are you that you're supposed to get so much respect?
Say that again.
Huh?
But this is what they saying. This the mentality. I'm that nigga. That's what they saying. I'm that nigga.
Yeah, I'm the nigga. Yeah, I'm the shit.
you gonna respect me. I'm that nigga. But then that nigga done got tricked out of his life.
Yeah. You either graveyard dead, or either you sit behind bars for the rest of your life. You know.
Do you know anybody? You ain't gotta get no names, but do you know anybody personally who fell victim to the nigga mentality?
Not nobody personally, but the guy, I used to go to the guy's club. I used to go to his club a lot when I did karaoke. I used to sing karaoke. And I got to know him and his brother and his sister. But they got a lot of property here in Columbia.
Okay.
And I got to know him. His grandson fell to the nigger mentality. Okay. The trucking industry has spent millions of dollars due to the nigger mentality.
Elaborate on that, because we spoke on that earlier. Elaborate on how the trucking industry, because of the infiltration of niggers, got to spend his money. Elaborate on that.
Yeah, they had to find out a way to manage the nigger mentality drivers, because they needed them to drive the trucks because it was a demand. Okay. But now you got to find a way to manage them. Which first, when they came in back in the 60s and 70s and the 80s and the 90s, the trucking industry started waking up in the 90s. But before then, that nigger mentality, they got by with a whole bunch of stuff. A whole lot of people got killed, got ran over. The insurance company had to spend out a lot of money. The trucking industry had to spend out a lot of money. They would steal fuel. You had a fuel card.
They would steal fuel?
They would steal fuel.
The truckers?
Yeah. See, back then, they didn't have twin terminals at a fuel outlet where they got a pump on this side, and they got a pump on that side. They just had one station and had a long hose on that pump. So you would pump up one side and then put the hose across the catwalk and grab it and fill up the other side. All right. Well, back then, you had 150-gallon tanks on both sides of the truck. So fuel was $2 a gallon. I get on the radio and I holler out, anybody want to buy some fuel?
Hold on. So you mean to tell me these niggas was stealing gas, and they would get on the CB radio and say, "Hey, anybody out there want to buy some gas?" They was
everybody want to buy some fuel.
They was doing it like that.
Yeah.
So hold up. You've been in the trucking industry for quite a while.
Over 30 years.
Around what time would you say the niggas in the trucking industry?
They ain't the trucking in the 70s, and the 80s. The 60s, the 70s, and the 80s. And what we're going through now is because of what happened back then, because of the nigger mentality. So now they got cameras on the mirrors, the big West Coast mirror that sits on the side of the truck, that big mirror. Yeah. They got cameras on that mirror, all right, so they can see what's going on behind the truck. See? So you sort of, and to see what's going on inside the truck, all right? Because see, what I could do back then is I found somebody want to buy some fuel. I said, well, meet me at the fuel ladder. Well, he meet me at the fuel ladder. He pulled his truck up on the other side of me. Well, that hose is long enough to go over his tank. All right. So I'm gonna pump 300 gallons. I'm gonna put 100 gallons in his tank.
And 200 in yours.
And 200 in mine. Well, back then, you could fudge your mileage, because see, back then, you had to write your miles down and enter it in the computer when you fuel up. What your odometer miles was, but you could always fudge that.
To match the amount of fuel that you get.
Right. Right. You see, they wasn't really keeping up with it. You could get them for about 100 gallons a month, maybe or more.
Okay. You said 100 gallons or
100
more.
Gallons.
And at this time, gas was like what a gallon?
Gas was like, fuel was like about $2.50 a gallon.
So that would equate to what?
That would equate to $100. Because see, they done got all of the advance they could get from the company. They out there on the West Coast, messing around them casinos. They go in the casino, think they're gonna hit the casino in the head, and the casino end up hitting them in the head.
The nigga mentality, they always trying to get over, whether
trying to get over.
Whether it's gas or the casino.
Now they done gamble out all of their advance money. The company ain't gonna send them no more advance because you can only get so much advance a week. Like back then it was $100. Okay. Some companies let you have $200. Some companies let you have $150 advance when you go out on Mondays.
Okay.
So now they done mess around at the bars, at the truck stops, or they done mess around at the casino, and now they pop. So now they got to steal. They can't get no more advance from the company. So now they got to figure out a way to get some money. So they steal fuel or they steal freight.
Hold on.
Tell the boss man somebody broke in their trailer while they was in the truck stop.
Hold on. So the freight that they supposed to be hauling from here to there,
yeah,
they steal that too.
Yeah, they'll steal that and tell the boss man somebody broke in the trailer while they was sleeping while they was in the truck stop.
Niggas, man. Niggas.
So that's why them cameras on that mirror. And some of them got a camera on the back of the trailer. Now that ain't all the niggas would do as a nigga truck driver. They would set it up so the whole load would get stolen.
What? Hold on.
Yeah.
Hold up, man. Hold up. I mean, I know this ain't far-fetched because They would set it, the niggas, all right, hey, bro, we got this. So it would go something like this. You correct me if I'm wrong. Oh man, I got this load I'm bringing through. I'm gonna be here and here. Y'all come through and do what y'all do.
Yeah.
When they come through, I'm gonna set it up to where, hey man, somebody got me.
Yeah, man. I was in the truck stop, man, taking a shower. All right. Well, I was in the truck stop getting me something to eat. I come back out there, man. I come out, I find out my trailer was broken into.
And they get the whole load.
Sometimes they'll get the whole load, depending on where you park at. Or they'll get some of it if you got a load of computers. We got a load of microwaves. Got a load of flat screens. Yeah.
So
you got a load of chicken. Okay.
So let me ask you this. Being in the trucking industry, do the niggas make it harder for the everyday trucking, the everyday worker?
Yeah, because now they got them instruments on the truck.
And when you say instruments, for those like myself who are unaware, what you mean by instruments?
Well, they got the cameras on the mirror, so they can see behind the truck. They got a camera on the trailer. Okay. They got a tracker on the trailer now, in case you steal the trailer or you steal the tractor. But sometimes you steal the whole tractor and the trailer.
Hold on. The whole truck.
The whole load. You go in the truck, so you pull up on the fuel island. All right. You ain't gonna be in there but a minute. You're going to use the bathroom, get your cup of coffee, and you back out. So you let your truck on the fuel island running. All right. But if you got a partner in crime, that's the reason why you left it on the fuel island running.
So they could jump in there and steal it.
They could jump in there. You come out the truck stop, your truck gone, you call the company and say, look, man, I stop at the pilot, man, and you get me a cup of coffee, man, and use the bathroom, man, and come back out. Whole damn truck gone.
So let me ask you this, man. Is the insurance, is it safe to say the insurance and the eye in the sky that the police created, is it safe to say those two entities were created due to the nigga mentality?
Due to the nigga mentality. Yeah. Yeah. So they got trackers on the truck. And they got tracker on the trailer. Yeah. But see, some niggas, they'll go to truck stop. All right. And they got family members living in that town. So they just happen, they're gonna take their break there. And they got family members in that town. So what they do is they unhook their trailer, drop their trailer at the truck stop so they can bobtail over to the family member house in the truck. All right. And they come back and the whole trailer gone. Yeah. So now they got them trackers on the trucks and they got the cameras so they can see how you driving, because niggas want to drive a damn truck like they drive a damn car, right up on somebody's ass. So they had to put an instrument on there to give you a warning that you're too close, and it also send a signal to the driver manager. All right. And now your truck is flashing up on his computer. And he look at the camera and he see you right up on somebody's ass. Well, you might not get no safety bonus. And if you do that too many times, you're gonna fire your ass for following too close. But you're supposed to be at least 6 seconds behind another car. Now, common sense would tell you that you got 80,000 pounds going down the road.
Okay.
And you ride up on somebody's ass, like you in NASCAR, like you in the NASCAR. A lot of people got killed like that. But all of a sudden, something happened up ahead. You might have just turned your head, and before you know it, traffic done stop.
That will cause a whole wreck.
Right, because back then we didn't have anti-locking brake system. So when you lock that trailer down, when you lock, you had a separate valve for your trailer brakes, where only your trailer would brake. Then you had your foot pedal that you matched down for your tractor and your trailer to brake all at the same time. But if you lock the trailer down, so it would stop the tractor, but the trailer is the heaviest. The trailer is heavier than the tractor, okay? Since you didn't have anti-locking brakes, that trailer would slide to the left or the right. It fishtail with you, right? Well, you don't slap a car beside you trying to stop, okay? Because you were following too close, all right? So now you've got that instrument and them trucks. If you have to brake hard, it automatically sends a signal to your driver supervisor that you had a real hard brake. But he's gonna look at that camera and find out why you had that hard brake. You get too many of them,
You out of there.
you're out of there. Yeah. Yeah. That's the only thing a nigga would do.
What else they doing?
Well, when you pull up to the fuel outlet back then, you could start pumping fuel.
Okay.
Then you go in there and pay for your fuel. What pump you was on? They look at your pump. Okay, you owe so and so and so and so. So you give them the card or you give them the money. What a nigga would do, if he go up there and fill his damn tank up with fuel and drive off.
Hold on.
So now they got
Hold on. In a tractor trailer? A nigga
Yeah,
fell
but back then they didn't have all that technology. They didn't have cameras on the fuel outlet.
So a nigga fill up a whole tractor trailer.
300 gallons and drive off.
Man, I'm sick of these. Man,
Yeah.
so niggas been acting foolish. This date way back before I was even born.
Yeah.
Nigga.
Yeah. We still got some niggas in the trucking industry. They pull up on the fuel outlet right now. They ain't buying no fuel now. They pull up on the fuel outlet, get out of the truck, lock it, go in there and try to shave, and shower. All right, get them a cup of coffee.
Why they in the fuel line?
Right. While they're in the fuel line, they don't want to go out there and get no parking spot and do what they got to do. They want to pull on the fuel outlet and go in there, shave, and shower if they can. Most times they're shit and shave. All right, sometimes you can't get a shower that fast. See what I'm saying? Sometimes it takes you a minute to get a shower because a lot of other truck drivers wait to get a shower. But they'll go in there and shave and release themselves and get them a cup of coffee. All right, if they see somebody they know, they'll get to rapping, talking, and they're on the fuel outlet. Now, 2 or 3 trucks behind them want him to move out the way so they can pull up in fuel. But he ain't getting no fuel, he just bullshit. Okay?
Cold game.
So, inconsiderate. And if you say anything to him about that when he come out the truck stop, man, why you move your truck? Why you park your truck here, man? You ain't got no fuel. I mean, and he'll get pissed off with you, man. You allowed to get in a fight. Yeah, inconsiderate. Yeah.
He pissed off at you when he done ran in there and handled all his personal business when he wasn't even supposed to be.
You gotta wait on him. Now, if he was fueling, it's a different story.
Yeah, be different.
But he ain't fueling. Yeah. Because it takes about 20 minutes. It takes about 20 minutes to fuel if you got a good pumping. If you got a good pump. If you got a slow pump, it could take you about 30 minutes to fuel. Yeah. Yeah.
Man, it's crazy.
So they got all this technology on the truck right now.
Do the niggas.
Even do the niggas now. Even the truck right now. The truck that I drive will automatically brake. Will automatically put the brakes on if I get within 4 seconds following distance. That truck will automatically slow itself down. All that's the managed niggas.
So
they're following too close. Now, the owner operators, you still got a bunch of niggas, owner operators. They got their own truck.
Hold up. So the niggas that moved up into being owner operators.
And a lot of them moved being owner operators. And you see them, they're running down the road 70 miles per hour. And they're right on the car ass.
Cause it's their company.
Yeah. And they get mad at you if you're in that right-hand lane. If you're in that right-hand lane too long and they behind you. I had one the other night, man. I'm going down, we on number 4.
Okay.
All right. Going toward Tampa. I'm coming up on a merging where traffic is merging onto the highway. People getting on. All right. So I moved over one lane, which I was supposed to. Well, he coming up in that lane. All right. And he had to sort of break his speed when I got over. I didn't just pull out in the front of him, but you know, if he wasn't speeding, he wouldn't have had a problem with me pulling out there. All right. He didn't have to lock it down or nothing. I just moved over one lane. All right. I saw him back there. And so I stayed out there in that lane for a minute until I could go over because see, my truck is governed.
Okay.
See, that's another thing the truck and industry had to do. They had to cut the trucks back. When the niggas got in the deal. Okay, you put a nigga in a 90 miles per hour truck, he gonna run 90 miles per hour.
Full speed.
Yeah. All right. So now the nigga owner operators now, they truck will run 120. They ain't got their truck cut back.
I know to the niggas who own and operate, there ain't no restriction on their truck.
They ain't got no restriction on their truck. No. They can't deal with that. So I stayed out there for a minute, and when I finally got over, man, he was pissed off. He come up beside of me and hit his Jake brake. Oh, okay, and had that high stick in his truck. You know what I mean? And had them loud pipes on it. And he had his light turned on, and he looked over at me, and I looked over at him, and he said, told me I was number 1.
Hold up. When he told, because for the people, because your hand wasn't in the camera, so he told you was number 1 like that.
He told me about he had the light cut on, and I looked at him. He looked at me, and he did like that.
Oh, okay. He not the index, but he told you he was number 1 with the middle.
He told me I was number 1, man.
The middle finger.
Yeah, and then pull off. Then he speed up, and then slow back down, you know, and looked over at me again and was saying something, you know. I mean, just because I pull out in front of him, all right, to let traffic merge on the highway, which I was supposed to do. All right.
So you doing the correct thing.
Yeah.
And the nigga.
But I cut him off in the process.
Cause he full blast.
Yeah, he full blast. He ain't like that.
So you know what I noticed, man, and I don't want to go too far into this because I see we got like 3 minutes left on this segment, but when it's cut off, we're gonna go to another one. We're gonna crank back up and do another one. But I noticed niggas have a very, very they got a very high problem, or they got a very high disdain, for a lack of a better word, for the rules.
No, they don't want to abide by the rules and regulations.
Niggas don't want to abide by the rules at all. Period. Point blank.
No, they want to do it the way they want to do it, regardless. Yep.
So
So man, the trucking industry had to spend millions of dollars to manage niggas. Now you can't follow too close. That truck automatically brake. Our truck automatically put the brakes on. Yeah. All kind of technology was developed when they started letting niggas into the trucking industry. They had to find out a way to manage it. So now they got all this equipment on this truck, cameras and speed sensors and radars and all that stuff on the trucks now. Some of the trucks won't go but 6 to 8 miles per hour.
So a message to all you niggas out there. The nigga mentality which you have, due to the rules you don't like, has made everybody else rules get heightened to a higher degree because you niggas just don't want to do right.
Yeah, that's why you have to pay. That's why you got to pay first. That's why you got to pay before you pump now. Because nigga pull this shit up and go about the business, man. Yeah, that's why you got to pay first.
Yeah, niggas don't have morals and principles.
No, no. That's why you got to pay before you pump now, because of niggas.
So that goes. So before the nigga mentality went full fledged, you didn't have to pay before you pump.
No, you could pump and then go in and pay. Yeah. Yeah.
Niggas say, "Hey man,
yeah,
I'm finna pull up. I'm finna pull up and pull off." That was the nigga method. Pull up and pull off.
Yeah, back in the 70s and the 80s, you pull up to a gas pump and start pumping. You go in there and pay for your gas.
Yeah, man. Let me say this, and then we'll wait till it close out. Then we'll crank back up. Man, this has been part one of the nigga mentality in the trucking industry, especially. And we will be back, man, with our very special guest, Mr. Bobby Collier of the House of Common Sense. And we're just gonna wait till it roll out. I'm gonna edit this part out.
Okay.
Yeah, we're gonna crank back up.
Yeah, man.
But these niggas, man.
Oh yeah, niggas. It's up, man. They man. There's some rough people, man. There's some messed up people. There's some messed up people, man. Make things bad for everybody, man.
Oh yeah.